Welcome to Healthy Living and Disease Prevention, your gentle companion on the journey to better health and graceful aging. Wishing you a peaceful and healthy day. As we step into the golden years of life, wisdom gathered over decades becomes our lantern in the dusk. A retired Harvard professor, speaking from a lifetime of experience and reflection, offers heartfelt guidance to those in their senior years. These thoughts, shared with kindness and depth, have touched countless listeners, inviting us to pause, reflect, and embrace the unfolding chapters of our lives with grace and dignity. In the quiet moments of reflection, we recognize that certain mistakes in later life can cast long shadows over our happiness. Mistakes of trust, of misplaced priorities, and of overlooked joys can weigh heavily on the soul. Yet, these years also hold immense potential for fulfillment, connection, and inner peace. By learning to navigate relationships, manage resources, and prioritize well-being, we can cultivate a life that feels both secure and profoundly meaningful. One of the first lessons the professor imparts is the importance of preserving harmony within the family by maintaining discretion about one's financial affairs. Our lifetime of labor often results in a modest nest egg, and revealing its full measure can inadvertently sow seeds of discord. Money can become a source of conflict, fracturing sibling bonds and turning celebrations into disputes over inheritance. By choosing to keep details of savings and assets private, we protect the unity we have cherished for so long. As life's currents carry us into our 60s and beyond, the companionship of a life partner becomes ever more precious. When the world quiets and children have built homes of their own, the spouse remains the closest confidant. Small disagreements can take on outsized importance, so cultivating patience, forgiveness, and shared laughter becomes essential. The professor reminds us that love deepens into loyalty with age. Nurturing this bond, rather than allowing frustration to fester, creates a sanctuary of mutual support and warmth. Equally vital is recognizing the boundaries of our own stamina. The joy of grandchildren is a treasure, yet the demands of caregiving and financial support can exhaust both body and spirit. Generations may misunderstand one another's expectations, leading elders to feel taken for granted. Instead of offering unlimited time and resources, we are encouraged to reserve energy for pursuits that nourish our own heart's hobbies, friendships, and moments of quiet rest. In doing so, we model for younger generations the value of self-care and personal fulfillment. For those living alone, the notion of remarriage may seem appealing at first thought. Yet forging a new union late in life often brings clashes in routines and financial habits. The professor suggests embracing solitude as a gift, a canvas for personal freedom, a chance to pursue interests unencumbered by compromise. This independence can be deeply liberating, allowing us to write the final chapters of our lives on our own terms. Our homes hold the tapestry of memories woven across decades. Selling a long-held house at the urging of others may grant short-lived gains but risks severing our ties to place and identity. The walls that have witnessed celebrations, quiet evenings, and the ebb and flow of family life offer a haven unmatched by any new address. Preserving this refuge honors both our past and ourself, anchoring us in a familiar world when uncertainties rise. A theme woven throughout the professor's words is the beauty of self-reliance. Just as fledglings learn to leave the nest, we too find strength in standing firmly on our own. Independence secures our sense of purpose and lifts the burden from those we cherish. By maintaining control over our daily choices, financial, emotional, and practical, we demonstrate respect for both ourselves and our children, allowing love to flow freely without the weight of obligation. Even in the warmth of family gatherings, it is wise to honor boundaries. A visit exceeding a few days can strain the rhythms of a child's household. By setting gentle limits on our stays, we safeguard affection and avoid crossing that fragile line between welcome guest and unwelcome burden. Such consideration ensures that visits remain occasions of joy rather than sources of tension. When children marry and establish their own households, our natural impulses to guide and protect can clash with their need for autonomy. The professor advises loosening the tether of expectation, relinquishing the urge to micromanage their lives, and nurturing the freedom they deserve. Letting go becomes a profound act of trust, affirming our confidence in their abilities to navigate life's complexities. In the quiet hours, when worries swirl and questions linger, it can be tempting to chase away sleep with restless thoughts. Yet excessive rumination erodes both mental and physical health. By practicing the discipline of postponement, setting aside concerns until morning light, we grant our minds the rest they need. Fresh perspective often arrives with dawn, revealing solutions obscured by midnight anxieties. Not every flutter of concern merits our attention. Children forge their own destinies, and the professor reminds us that we cannot live their lives for them. Frequent check-ins, offered with warmth rather than intrusion, keep lines of communication open without smothering their independence. Acceptance and trust light the path to serenity. Our bodies, no longer the tireless engines of youth, require honest listening. When fatigue tells us to pause, we must heed its warning. Pushing through pain or ignoring symptoms in the name of perseverance risks compromising the very health we treasure. Regular rest, attentive self-care, and timely medical check-ups form the cornerstone of a thriving later life. After years of frugality born of necessity, it is natural to continue saving diligently. Yet there comes a season for savoring the fruits of our labor. A delightful meal, a journey to a cherished site, moments spent in meaningful company, these experiences enrich the soul. The professor gently encourages us to loosen the grip on our purse strings, recognizing that joy is an investment worth making when time grows short. Above all, health stands as our greatest inheritance. Like the sturdy roots of an ancient tree, proper nutrition, adequate sleep, and a light-hearted spirit uphold our well-being. Exercise suited to our capabilities, regular screenings, and a mindset of gratitude fortify both body and mind. In these practices lies the truest gift we can bestow upon our loved ones, the promise of presence and participation in the days ahead. With wisdom comes clarity about matters worth our attention and those best left alone. The professor outlines gentle prohibitions: refrain from directing your children's major purchases, avoid entanglements in extended family disputes, and resist the urge to arbitrate the relationships of friends. In each case, offering a listening ear and prudent counsel when sought is more valuable than imposing our will. Financial generosity, once a joyful blessing, requires new caution in later years. Loans for non-critical needs, speculative investments, or gambling carry risks that can deplete finite reserves and fracture precious relationships. A courteous but firm refusal protects our comfort and independence, preserving both dignity and security. Avoidable dangers extend beyond finances. Neglecting health through poor habits sows regret. Wounds inflicted in relationships, once opened, demand energy we may no longer possess. Indirect or overly complex aid offered through intermediaries can ensnare us in unintended consequences. Simplicity and honesty in action safeguard our peace of mind. In our aspirations, too, moderation serves us well. Excessive longing for wealth, rescue, or universal gratitude can lead to disappointment. Instead, the professor suggests cultivating contentment with sufficiency, self-reliance in adversity, and the quiet satisfaction of a conscience at rest. Words, once spoken, echo long after the moment has passed. Lies, harsh threats, and cruel barbs inflict wounds more painful than we often realize. Choosing truth, kindness, and gentle speech fosters harmony and spares us the weight of regret. Finally, the professor invites us to embrace the spirit of 3 affirmations. Continue to present yourself neatly and with care, for the pride of self-respect brightens each day. Nurture the warmth of compassion, extending benevolence without expectation. Keep the spark of joy alive in your heart, allowing curiosity and playfulness to transcend the years. Do not fear the inevitable passage of time or the solitude it may bring. Nor should the unknown future cause undue alarm. Instead, focus on living fully in each moment. Measure life not by the tally of years but by the youthfulness of spirit. As these reflections settle into the heart, may they guide your steps with gentleness and clarity. The path through our later years need not be shadowed by regret or burdened by conflict. With mindful choices, steadfast self-care, and an open heart, we can make our autumn days among the richest chapters of our lives. This article is offered with the hope that its words will comfort, inspire, and serve as a gentle companion whenever the demands of age or memory see fit. May you walk forward with confidence, dignity, and the quiet joy of a life lived well.